Where will the next great disaster happen? The answer is already present. The silence before the storm has never been so pronounced. As you move through your daily routine, believing tomorrow will mirror today, unseen forces are already at work, preparing developments that will reshape the destiny of humanity. This time, the focus is not on human forecasts or scientific hypotheses. The subject is something far more profound, more sacred, and infinitely more exact. If you have reached this point, it is not by accident. Your soul recognized something sacred in these words. Leave a word of faith in the comments that captures what your heart feels right now. This word will join a powerful spiritual chain connecting us all. The Virgin Mary, in her latest apparitions, did not appear merely to offer comfort or blessing. She came with urgency, her eyes filled with tears, holding in her holy hands the revelation humanity needs before it is too late. What she revealed to a chosen few are not just glimpses of the future, they are precise maps, spiritual coordinates marking exactly where the next great earthquakes will strike. Have you ever experienced that inexplicable chill in certain places? That sensation that something is amiss, as if the air itself is heavy with unsettling energy. This is not paranoia, nor coincidence. It is your soul sensing the disturbance radiating from points where the earth is ready to unleash its long-contained fury. The world is moving swiftly toward a point of no return, and signs are everywhere. Yet there is a vital distinction between those who will be unprepared and those who will be ready. The sacred knowledge shared by Our Lady is for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. The question is not whether it will happen, but when and where you will be when it does. Tears of blood began to stream from the eyes of the statue of Our Lady of Fatima at exactly 3:33 in the morning on September 13th of last year. What witnesses observed was not just a supernatural event, it marked the start of revelations that would make the most closely guarded Catholic Church secrets seem simple by comparison. What she revealed through these signs surpasses anything ever disclosed in the third secret of Fatima. You are here for a reason. Among millions of videos, something divine led you to this message. Share in the comments a word of faith that expresses your connection with the sacred at this moment. Together, we will form a collective prayer that rises directly to the heavens. The visions arising during these episodes of divine weeping showed, with surgical precision, 3 specific regions of the planet where the earth will open like an infected wound, releasing not only physical destruction, but also spiritual forces imprisoned for millennia. The first location will surprise you. It is not where science already monitors. It is a place where millions live normally, unaware they walk above a cosmic time bomb. The central region of South America, stretching from the heart of Brazil to the borders with Paraguay and Bolivia, emits vibrational frequencies undetectable by human instruments, yet sensed by clairvoyants worldwide. It is no coincidence that unusual earthquakes, extreme weather changes, and unexplained atmospheric phenomena have intensified in this region recently. Our Lady revealed that this area sits at the intersection of energy lines which, when activated together, will trigger a domino effect across the continent. Most unsettling, this will not be just a geological event, it will be a profound spiritual awakening, forcing humanity to confront truths ignored for centuries. Can you feel it in the air? Can you sense the growing tension building towards something immense and inevitable? The second sign came through a young priest in a small town in the interior of Minas Gerais, who had never before experienced visions. During a solitary night prayer, the chapel filled with an impossible golden light. Our Lady appeared not as the serene figure we know, but as a divine warrior, her expression determined and urgent, inspiring both fear and reverence. Pause now and feel your heart. It beats differently, does it not? This is your soul recognizing the truth. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to mind. Do not overthink, just feel and write. That word is not random, it is your soul speaking. The message she delivered was starkly clear. The Earth is not merely undergoing normal climate shifts or geological cycles. The planet is responding to humanity's spiritual pain, and that response will be physical, tangible, and irreversible. The specific locations she revealed were not chosen at random. These are points where the concentration of human suffering, injustice, and spiritual disconnection has reached levels that reality itself can no longer bear. The west coast of the United States, particularly the region stretching from San Francisco to Seattle, is vibrating at a frequency of despair that is literally cracking the tectonic plates beneath. This is not just about earthquakes, but a dimensional rupture that will release forces contained since biblical times into the physical world. Most shockingly, Our Lady revealed these events are not divine punishments, but natural consequences of humanity's systematic violation of spiritual laws. The universe operates like a living organism draining infection to survive. Are you beginning to grasp what approaches? Can you sense why your soul guided you here today? The third revelation came through a contemplative nun in Spain who broke 20 years of silence after supernatural compulsion. Her description left Vatican theologians in shock. Our Lady showed locations where the veil between dimensions thins so drastically that even those without spiritual sensitivity will perceive other planes of existence. If you've reached this point, it is no accident. Your soul recognized the sacred in these words. Leave a word of faith in the comments representing your heart's feeling. This becomes part of a spiritual current connecting us all. The third focal point, more disturbing than the first two, is a European region encompassing parts of France, Germany, and Switzerland. Millennia of battles and shed innocent blood have accumulated such intense mourning energy that it distorts time and space. Residents report identical dreams of ancient armies marching through modern streets, phantom battle sounds, and the constant sensation of being watched by eyes filled with ancient sadness. These are not hallucinations, but signs of dissolving barriers between past, present, and future in these locations. Our Lady explained that when these 3 points achieve simultaneous resonance, occurring very soon, the effect will resemble 3 dissonant chords played on a cosmic instrument. The resulting vibration won't just cause physical devastation, it will open portals through which long-hidden spiritual truths will avalanche upon humanity, a consciousness surge most are unprepared to receive. Feel the growing weight in the air. Even skeptics grow restless, their primal senses detecting dangers the rational mind cannot process. Crucially, these locations are not merely points of destruction, but portals of purification. Prepared souls may transcend normal human limits here. Your physical location during these events will determine not only survival, but your soul's potential spiritual evolution. You're here purposefully. Among millions of videos, the divine guided you. Share a word of faith in the comments, your soul's voice, to form a collective prayer rising to the heavens. A fourth place, revealed only to the most spiritually prepared, functions as the planetary transformations command center. Unmappable physically, it exists across dimensions in the Himalayas, where Tibetan monks guarded knowledge of ending cosmic cycles. When the three main points activate, this location will manifest as a pulsating golden light visible from space, synced with humanity's collective heart. Those who attune their frequency to this light will experience consciousness elevation akin to rebirth with mythic spiritual abilities. This opportunity is not universal. Our Lady clarified only those who began inner purification, releasing material attachments and vibrating at frequencies of genuine love and universal compassion, will withstand this transformation's intensity. Most will experience these events as pure catastrophe, their souls lacking the spiritual flexibility to expand with the emerging reality. Do you comprehend the gravity of your present choice? The event chronology is revealed through current signs, misinterpreted by most as isolated coincidences. Our Lady revealed that when certain natural and social phenomena align in a specific sequence, there will be only a 72-hour window before the first tipping point is activated. Pause now and feel your heart. It beats differently, does it not? This is your soul recognizing the truth. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to mind. Do not overthink, simply feel and write. That word is not a coincidence, it is your soul speaking. The first sign has already appeared, the simultaneous sighting of 3 comets, unpredicted by any space agency, captured by amateur astronomers on different continents in the same week. These comets do not follow normal orbits. They move in a triangular formation, as if guided by a higher intelligence, pointing directly to the 3 terrestrial locations revealed by Our Lady. The second sign is happening now, the birth of children with extraordinary spiritual characteristics in unprecedented numbers. Babies are born with their eyes already open, gazing directly at their mothers with an expression of ancestral recognition. Children begin to draw complex symbols before they learn to speak, symbols that match those found in ancient temples dedicated to the Virgin Mary around the world. The third sign will be impossible to ignore. An aurora borealis will appear simultaneously on all continents, even in regions where this is scientifically impossible. This aurora will not be green like normal ones. It will be golden, and will pulse exactly like a human heart. When this happens, you will have exactly 72 hours to make the most important choice of your existence. You can continue living as if nothing is happening, holding on to routines and illusory security, or you can immediately begin your spiritual preparation for what is coming. After the golden dawn appears, there will be no more time for hesitation or regret. The preparedness protocol Our Lady transmitted has nothing to do with storing food or building bunkers. This is not about traditional physical survival. It is about a metamorphosis of the soul that must begin now, at this very moment, as you hear these words. preparation is spiritual, energetic, and requires courage most people do not imagine they possess. If you have reached this point, it is not by chance. Your soul recognized something sacred in these words. Leave a word of faith in the comments representing what your heart feels. This word will become part of a powerful spiritual current connecting us all. The first step is the radical purification of fear. Our Lady explained that fear acts like an energetic anchor, preventing the soul from igniting the frequencies needed to navigate the coming transformation. This does not mean ignoring real dangers, but transcending them through absolute trust in the unfolding divine plan. You should spend at least an hour each day in complete silence, free from technological distractions, connecting directly with your deepest spiritual essence. During these moments, visualize a golden light surrounding your body and expanding until it creates a protective field that no negative force can penetrate. The second step is the complete release of resentments. Every hurt you carry, every unresolved anger, every feeling of injustice is a weight that will pull you down when the uplifting energies begin to act. Our Lady was clear: only hearts completely cleansed of bitterness will be able to ride the waves of transformation rather than be destroyed by them. The third step is the most challenging. You must begin to emotionally detach from everything you consider important in your current life. This does not mean abandoning responsibilities, but ceasing to derive identity and security from external things. When the reality you know begins to dissolve, only those who have learned to find stability within themselves will maintain sanity and spiritual direction. There is one aspect of these revelations that will challenge everything you think you know about time, destiny, and reality. Our Lady showed that these cataclysmic events are not inevitable. They are highly likely based on the current trajectory of collective human consciousness, but there is one variable that could completely alter the course of events: the number of people who reach the necessary state of spiritual preparation before the golden dawn appears. You are here for a reason. Among millions of videos, something divine brought you to this message. Share a word of faith in the comments representing your connection to the sacred at this moment. Together we will create a collective prayer that rises straight to the heavens. If at least 144,000 people around the world can simultaneously reach the state of purification and spiritual elevation described by Our Lady, the intensity of physical events can be drastically reduced. Instead of devastating catastrophes, planetary transformation can happen through gentle awakenings that change everything, but without massive suffering. This means you are not just a passive spectator of what is about to happen. You are an active participant whose spiritual choices in the coming days and weeks could literally alter the destiny of millions of people. Every moment you dedicate to your inner purification, every act of genuine love you practice, every time you choose forgiveness instead of revenge, you are contributing to this critical mass of heightened consciousness. But here's the part that will keep you up at night. Our Lady also revealed that dense and destructive spiritual forces are aware of this plan and are actively working to prevent humanity from reaching this magical number of 144,000 prepared souls. They know that if this happens, their power over humanity will be broken forever. That's why you feel such strong resistance every time you try to seriously dedicate yourself to your spiritual evolution. That's why distractions seem to multiply just when you decide to meditate or pray. That's why you feel so tired and discouraged when you think about making real changes in your life. This is not natural laziness. It is a very real energetic war for your soul. The forces that are trying to prevent humanity's awakening use much more sophisticated strategies than you might imagine. They don't appear with horns and tridents. They manifest themselves through seemingly self-centered thoughts that convince you that you are not special enough to make a difference, that these spiritual insights are fantasies, that you should focus on practical things and leave these mystical matters to other people. Stop now and feel your heart. It's beating differently, isn't it? This is the recognition of your soul. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to your mind. Don't think, just feel and write. That word is no coincidence, it is your soul speaking. Our Lady revealed that these manipulative entities have direct access to the emotional centers of the human brain and can implant feelings of depression, anxiety and hopelessness, specifically in people who are close to reaching elevated states of consciousness. They do this because they know that a single truly awakened soul has the energetic power equivalent to one soul still asleep. What should alarm you most is that these forces do not work alone. They use ordinary people, even people you love, as unconscious instruments to keep you stuck in low vibrational patterns. How many times has someone close to you ridiculed your spiritual interests just when you were beginning to take them seriously? How many times have you felt an inexplicable urge to seek inner growth, but were bombarded with emergencies and responsibilities that forced you to postpone it indefinitely? This is not paranoia, it is a recognition of a spiritual reality that constantly operates behind the scenes of human experience. But here's the good news that could change everything. Once you become aware of these manipulations, they automatically lose 90% of their power over you. The simple fact of knowing that they exist already creates a natural energetic shield that prevents them from influencing you directly. Now, you need to make a conscious and irrevocable decision. You will allow these forces to continue to control your life through fear, distraction, and a false sense of material security. Or you will declare total spiritual war against everything that prevents you from reaching your full divine potential. The moment of truth is approaching faster than anyone imagined. The signs Our Lady told us to watch for are not coming gradually over years. They are accelerating exponentially like contractions before a cosmic birth. What she initially described as a process that would unfold over decades is now happening in a matter of months. And that means only one thing: the window of opportunity for preparation is closing fast. If you've come this far, it's not by chance. His soul recognized something sacred in these words. Leave a word of faith in the comments that represents what your heart is feeling at this moment. This word will become part of a powerful spiritual current that will connect us all. In the last 30 days, impossible phenomena have been recorded that confirm that we are entering the final phase. Children began to speak in ancient languages they had never learned, describing places and events that exactly matched Our Lady's visions. People who had never had mystical experiences began to dream of the same woman clothed in light, receiving identical instructions on spiritual purification. Most disturbingly, geological monitoring instruments around the world have begun to register an impossible synchrony. The 3 points revealed by Our Lady are pulsating at identical frequencies, as if they were controlled by a single gigantic heart buried in the center of the Earth. Scientists cannot explain this using known laws of physics, but mystics know exactly what it means. The Earth is going into spiritual labor. You can no longer pretend this isn't happening. You can no longer postpone your preparation waiting for more confirmation or clearer signals. If you are hearing these words now, it is because your soul already recognizes that the moment to choose has arrived. You can be among those who help humanity move through this transformation with less suffering, or you can become another unconscious participant, swept along by changes you neither understand nor influence. The next new moon, just 17 days away, is the final optimal time to begin the purification rituals with maximum effect, according to Our Lady. After this window, spiritual evolution remains possible, but the energy needed becomes much greater, and not everyone will be able to sustain it. There is a specific protocol Our Lady transmitted for the 17 days leading to the new moon, a process that can accelerate your spiritual growth in ways that would normally take decades. This journey is not easy. It will force you to face parts of yourself you have avoided for a lifetime, and it will demand a level of honesty with yourself that few have the courage to maintain. You are not here by accident. Among millions of messages, something divine brought you to these words. Share in the comments a word of faith that represents your connection to the sacred at this moment. Together, we create a collective prayer that rises to the heavens. During the first 7 days, you must fast not only from food, but from all energetic influences that keep you in low vibrational patterns. Avoid social media, negative news, and conversations that do not uplift you. Consume only water, live food, and embrace contemplative silence. Your body will protest, and your mind will offer countless excuses, but your soul will begin to shed decades of toxic conditioning. From the 8th to the 14th day, you enter the active transmutation phase. 3 times a day, mentally review every significant relationship in your life, and send genuine forgiveness to everyone who has hurt you, including yourself. This is not just a mental exercise, it is an energetic surgery that severs the invisible ties keeping you stuck in the past and draining your vital energy. The last 3 days are the most intense. You must energetically say goodbye to the version of yourself that has existed until now. This means mourning the death of your old ego, allowing all the accumulated pain of a lifetime to rise to the surface and be released through tears, screams, or whatever authentic emotional expression your body needs. Our Lady warned that many will not be able to complete this process, as it dissolves the illusions of security and control we use to feel safe in a chaotic world. Those who persevere will emerge after 17 days as transformed beings, still human, but operating from spiritual centers of power most people do not even know exist. We have reached the final moment of this revelation. What you do now will determine not only your own destiny, but also your role in the great awakening that is coming. Our Lady made it clear, there is no middle ground. You either become part of the solution consciously, or remain part of the problem unconsciously. There are no neutral observers in this planetary transformation. Pause now and feel your heart. It beats differently, does it not? This is your soul recognizing the truth. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to mind. Do not overthink, just feel and write. That word is not a coincidence, it is your soul speaking. If you complete the 17-day protocol, you will not only prepare yourself to survive what is coming. You will become an energetic beacon, helping others find their way during times of confusion and fear. Your presence alone will radiate peace and clarity, calming collective panic and reminding people of their forgotten divine nature. If you choose to ignore these warnings and remain in your comfort zone, you will be caught unprepared, not just materially, but spiritually, when the events begin. You will experience them as terror and chaos, with no understanding of the greater purpose unfolding. The difference between someone spiritually prepared and someone unprepared is like the difference between a swimmer and a non-swimmer in a stormy sea. Both face the same storm, but only one has a real chance of survival. Our Lady ended her revelations with a promise and a final warning. Those who dedicate themselves completely to their spiritual preparation over the next 17 days will receive direct divine protection during the coming events. This protection does not mean an absence of challenges, but it grants the inner strength and clarity to transform each challenge into soul growth. Preparation time is running out. If you are hearing these words now, it is because your soul recognizes that the time for choices is ending. You were brought to this information for a reason far beyond chance. You know what must be done. The only remaining question is whether you will have the courage to do it. What remains unknown is the 13th secret, kept hidden by Our Lady until this final moment. This secret is both devastating and hopeful, revealing the true nature of a cosmic war unfolding in dimensions barely conceivable to the human mind. Like it or not, you are a soldier in this battle. If you have reached this point, it is not accidental. Did your soul recognize the sacred in these words? Leave a word of faith in the comments representing your heart's feeling. This word will join a spiritual chain connecting us all. The most shocking revelation is that Earth is not merely a planet, but a spiritual battlefield where souls of varying evolutionary levels undergo testing and purification. The approaching cataclysms are not just planetary transformations. They are the climax of an ancient conflict between forces seeking to elevate humanity and those working to enslave it in ignorance and suffering. You belong to a group of souls who volunteered to incarnate at this precise cosmic moment, aware it would be the most difficult yet decisive period for universal consciousness. Before your birth, your soul signed a spiritual contract to awaken now and aid humanity's collective elevation. Here is what will shock you: not everyone around you is a genuine soul on this mission. Some are test souls, entities sent to create obstacles, temptations, and distractions diverting you from your spiritual purpose. They are not demons in the traditional sense, but cosmic examiners testing your commitment to consciousness evolution. This explains why certain people in your life seem dedicated to creating drama, wasting your time, and draining your energy. They are fulfilling a cosmic testing function. The crucial question is, will you continue failing these tests, trapped in cycles of suffering, or recognize what is happening and pass your final exam? testing intensity is increasing exponentially as we enter the final phase of cosmic assessment. In coming days, you will face seemingly urgent emergencies, people appearing with desperate problems demanding immediate attention, or unmissable material opportunities attempting to divert you from Our Lady's spiritual preparation protocol. You are here purposefully. Among millions of videos, the Divine guided you. Share a word of faith in the comments, your soul's voice, to form a collective prayer rising to the heavens. Our Lady explained these final tests identify those with the spiritual discipline to maintain focus on essentials amid chaos. Souls who remain steadfast in their commitment to inner evolution, even as the outer world demands their attention, prove readiness for greater powers in the emerging reality. The most disturbing aspect. These tests will use your loved ones as instruments of distraction. Your children may face school troubles during meditation time. Your spouse might create emotional crises at critical purification moments. Your parents could develop health issues seeming to require all your energy. This doesn't mean ignoring genuine needs. It means discerning between real emergencies, calm clarity allowing practical solutions, and cosmic tests, irrational urgency and panic. Notice how many crises in your life follow this pattern. How often have you abandoned self-prioritization for problems that resolved themselves after you wasted energy and lost spiritual focus? A deeper revelation will transform your self-perception. Each soul incarnated in this final earthly era possesses a unique spiritual activation code, a specific energetic frequency that, when awakened, transforms you into a specialized light warrior. Pause now and feel your heart. It beats differently, does it not? This is your soul recognizing truth. Write the first word of faith that comes to mind. Do not overthink, feel and write. The word you have chosen is not a coincidence, it is your soul speaking. Your activation code is directly tied to the patterns of suffering and overcoming that have shaped your life. Every trauma, every injustice, every moment of pain you believed might destroy you was, in truth, carving within you the very spiritual qualities you need to fulfill your purpose in this final phase of planetary transformation. If you have known devastating betrayals, your code may relate to the ability to discern truth amid deception and help others recognize spiritual manipulation. If you have faced profound loss, you may have developed the capacity to guide souls through processes of death and rebirth. If you have struggled with addiction or depression, perhaps your specialty lies in rescuing others from the darkest depths of consciousness. What is most extraordinary is that when your activation code awakens fully, which only happens once you reach the level of purification described by Our Lady, you not only gain access to expanded spiritual abilities, but you also become immune to the manipulation of the dense forces seeking to prevent humanity's collective awakening. Those with activated codes radiate a frequency so pure that manipulative entities cannot approach them. They become untouchable to negative influences, and their presence alone begins to neutralize energies of fear, anger, and despair. Imagine living with this level of spiritual protection and power. Yet, few understand that this activation process is irreversible. Once fully awakened, you can never return to the comfortable ignorance of unconsciousness. You become permanently responsible for using your gifts for the greater good. This means your life is no longer about you, It is about your contribution to the upliftment of all humanity. Now we come to the final revelation. Our Lady saved the most crucial information for last, knowing that only those who persevered to this point would have the spiritual maturity to understand and apply it correctly. What you are about to hear may sound impossible, but it is the key not only to surviving what is coming, but to thriving in the new reality that will emerge from the rubble of the current world. If you have reached this point, it is not by chance. Your soul recognized something sacred in these words. Leave a word of faith in the comments that represents what your heart feels at this moment. This word will become part of a powerful spiritual current connecting us all. Our Lady revealed that there is an ancient spiritual technology, known only to the highest masters, which allows a synchronized group of awakened souls to literally rewrite physical reality through the collective power of purified intention. This is not about positive thinking or ordinary visualization. It is a precise spiritual science capable of altering the laws of physics when applied by people who have reached specific states of purity and union with the divine. If at least 100 people complete the 17-day protocol simultaneously, and at the exact moment of the last new moon, focus their collective intention on the peaceful transmutation of cataclysmic events, reality will respond to this unified spiritual command. Instead of devastating physical catastrophes, planetary transformation can occur through a gradual rise in collective consciousness, changing everything without destruction. For this to work, each participant must reach a level of inner purity so absolute that no trace of personal ego, fear, or desire for self-benefit remains. The intention must be completely altruistic, focused only on the greater good of humanity and the planet. A single person in the group operating from selfish motivations can compromise the entire process and even cause adverse effects. This is your last chance to become part of the most elegant solution to the looming planetary crisis. There is no middle ground. Either you commit completely to the 17 days of purification, following every instruction with absolute precision and devoting yourself entirely to the process, or you step away now and prepare to face the coming events in the traditional way. Our Lady ended with a warning that should echo in your soul in the days ahead. The time for choices has ended. The time for action has begun. Those who listened but did not act will carry the burden of knowing they could have changed the course of history and chose the comfort of inaction. Those who acted, even in fear, will discover powers within themselves they never imagined possible. The golden dawn can appear at any time. Your preparation needs to start now. Your soul brought you here for a purpose that transcends your current understanding. The only question that remains is, do you trust that purpose enough to take action, even when your human mind cannot fully comprehend the magnitude of what is being asked? The future of humanity may literally depend on your answer to this question.